Hi, kindergartners. Today we are going to do an art project based off of the book Snowmen at Night. This is one of my favorite books to read this time of year. So it's Snowmen at Night by Carolyn Bauer, and pictures are by Mark Bauer. One wintry day I made a snowman, very round and tall. The next day when I saw him, he was not the same at all. His hat had slipped, his arms drooped down, he really looked a fright. It made me start to wonder, what do snowmen do at night? I think that snowmen start to slide when it gets really dark, off the lawn and down the street, right into the park. They gather in a circle while they wait for all the others, sipping cups of ice-cold cocoa made by snowman mothers. Then the snowman games begin. They line up in their places, each one anxious for his turn in the snowman races. After everyone has a chance at racing once or twice, they go on over to the pond to do skating tricks on ice. Sometimes they start giggling, and then they act like clowns. They bump into each other till they all fall down. They gather up their snowballs that picture Tate's aim, and underneath the moonlit sky they play a baseball game. But no one knows just how it started, but soon it's quite a sight, with snowmen throwing snowballs in the world's best snowball fight. Then it's time for sledding. It's a wild ride down the hill. Whoa, they yell. This is by far the snowman's biggest thrill. Finally, they're tuckered out and getting sleepy, so they slowly gather up their things, and one by one they go. So if your snowman's grin is crooked or he's lost a little height, you'll know he's just what he's been doing, what snowmen do at night. And it's got them playing. I love this book, and if you ever have an opportunity, if you have this book or see it in person or check it out maybe from the library, there's some fun things in here, some little hidden pictures. Let me show you a couple just so you can get an idea. But if you look at the pictures real closely, like if you look down here next to the snowman, you can see a Santa Claus face. Or over here at the sidewalk, there's a little kitten shadow. And on almost every page, there's something hidden, maybe the moon or just different designs. I love the beautiful, beautiful pictures. So with this book as inspiration, I want to talk to you about an art word called perspective. And we might have talked about this before, but perspective is when something might look bigger if it's closer to you and smaller if it's farther away. And in art, they really aren't far away or closer to you if you're drawing it flat on a piece of paper. But you can make it look like it by making different things be different sizes, like a tree. If you want a tree to look like it's closer to you in a landscape, then it would be bigger than one that is farther away. And this book has a lot of examples of perspectives. So I'm going to show you just a couple. This page especially is my favorite one to show perspective because you can see there's trees all up and down this street here. And it makes the street look really long, and it looks like it's going farther away. Back here where it looks like you can't see it anymore because it's getting closer and closer is called the vanishing point. But see, the trees are smaller but get bigger and bigger and bigger where the artist wants us to think that it's bigger and you're closer to it. So bigger trees in front, smaller trees in back. Same with the snowman. This snowman is right here in the middle, so he's middle sized, but this one way back here, we want him to look like he's farther away, so we made him smaller. Or the artist right here made this one look like he's really up close, so he's really right in front of the picture. That's called the foreground. So the foreground, this is the middle ground, and the background is far away. And he does that a lot in this book. So what we're going to do, here's another fun image to show you. Snowmen that look like they're farther away are smaller. And then the medium over here, because it's in the middle ground, but the one really up close in the foreground to look like it's closest to us is bigger right here. So that's how the artist did that. So we're going to do our own version of that today. Now I am going to use a blue piece of paper, but you can feel free to draw with or whatever you have at home, as always. You can do it white and color the background in blue, but you're going to need a pencil. And then if you have a white crayon or a white pastel or even a white piece of chalk will work really cool if you use dark paper. You can do black or brown. So watch me do my drawing, and then at the end I'll tell you what I would like you to show me. So I'm going to tilt this down. So here's my blue paper. I am going to use a pencil, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it very well, but it's always smart to use it as a guide in case you need to erase before you do the other drawing with materials that you can't erase with. So I'm going to start off and make a line across the bottom of my paper facing you. I'm doing mine backwards so that it shows for the camera. This is going to end up being our very foreground, the closest, and this is the ground where I'm actually going to turn it into snow for the ground. And for today, we're going to draw 3 snowmen. Now, if you look at these pictures of snowmen in the book, they're really just made up of 3 circles, a big, a medium, and a small. And that goes really well with what we're talking about today, because what we're going to end up drawing is a picture with a big, a medium, and a small snowman. Okay, so we're going to start off first, and right here I'm going to draw a big snowman. So I'm going to start off by simply making a circle, big, a medium, and a little smaller for my biggest snowman. Now, just so you can see what I'm doing, I'm going to go ahead with my white and go over my pencil. I'm using an oil pastel, but like I said, you can do what you have at home. So a big, a medium, and a small. That's the outline for my first snowman. My next snowman that I put right here, I want them to be a little smaller than this one. So when I make my circles, they're just going to be a little smaller than the one I just did. So that's my second snowman, medium. And then my other one, I want it to be small today. We're going to do 3 different sizes. So I look at this circle here, and I even want it to be smaller. So if you look, I have a tall snowman, a medium, and a small. Now that I have it drawn out, I can color in all my spaces where I want it to look like it's snowy. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. You'll have more time than me. I'm going a little fast for my video so you have time to work. And like I said, white chalk works well if you're using dark paper. You can even do white paint if you happen to have some at home. Or if you just use a white paper, you could maybe even just use gray or outline your snowman with black so we can see it, and then color the background in blue. So then the snowman look white, but the background is blue. So I'm coloring in my snowman, big, medium, and small. And then I'm going to add details to make them look like snowmen. So details are just little things to make our picture look unique and more finished. So for that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add black eyes. Another thing you could also do too, little buttons on him. Give him a little top hat like Frosty. You could do even paper if you wanted to be real creative and do collage and glue it down. Or your computer too. Stick arms. And yours definitely doesn't have to look just like mine. I'm going to give this guy a little red scarf. I like pastels because you can draw right on top of each other. And a little carrot nose. Now, they all can be different. So this one, maybe I wanted him to look different. I'm going to give him charcoal eyes. Give him a carrot nose. Maybe I'm going to have him have a blue scarf. And maybe I'll even have him have a little blue hat. Why not? Give a little ball on top of it. Oh, and I don't want to forget his little stick arms. You can even have him hold something if you want. And then for my little one down here, I'm going to give him a little purple baseball cap. 2 eyes, nose. One of the snowmen in the book I noticed had a pickle for a nose, which I thought was funny and different. So I have 3 different snowmen. I gave them different details. And then I can also go back if I wanted to add some snow. I kind of like to do that by making like an X on top of each other or some dots like this. If you wanted to make it look like it's snowing. You could also add other details if you wanted to. You could even make a moon. So have fun, but what I want you to do this week is to create a drawing with 3 snowmen that are 3 different sizes. So a big, a medium, and a small snowman, and add some details. I can't wait to see your drawing or painting or whatever you have at home to do this of your 3 snowmen, and be sure to send it to me so I can see what it looks like. Have a great day.